But now we're at a stage where we can actually start to edit the videos. So come and join me as we get into the editing phase. Well, this should have been part 2, but I had a slight technical glitch. This is awkward. Hello guys, DJ Bagpuss here, and welcome to what should have been part 2 of how I make YouTube videos. Now, there was a major complication that I had with trying to get you guys part 2, and I will explain myself in a video to come. So today instead, I present to you 5, no more, no less, 5 things to consider when making YouTube videos, in the promise that once my new setup is completed and all will be revealed in a video to come, then I will show you how to edit videos in its entirety, something that I should have done in this video but couldn't because of a technical error, but I will show you guys that once my setup is complete. So this video also keeps in kind of the spirit of how to make YouTube videos, because every single YouTuber, well, 99.999% of YouTubers edit their videos from the raw footage that they have when they're recording their videos to actually bringing it out and showing it to all of you guys. Editing does take place, and I thought it'd be quite interesting to give you guys an insight into some of the things that I consider when I'm editing YouTube videos, and also to anyone out there, you know, who is editing YouTube videos right now, you know, if they're struggling, if they're scratching their heads and trying to, you know, think of how they're going to do editing, or, you know, getting sucked into the world of editing. Following these simple steps and taking these things on board will hopefully smooth out any editing problems. So let's get into this. Now, this first step is just absolutely vital, because editing can become very time consuming, and there is lots of different parts when you are actually editing. You know, you have to kind of grab lots of different things from, you know, a variety of sources. So being organised and having all your edits in one place just smooths out kind of any problems of you trying to search stuff, because, you know, for me, like with the DJ Bagpuss show, I have my audio, I have my visuals, I have music, and it's, you know, I take the visuals from the camera, audio from the computer, you know, music from the computer, and just having it in one spot just saves me time, you know, looking for stuff. Just like with my FIFA videos or my real life football videos, you know, there's lots of different videos, there's lots of different sources, so just getting it from one place just saves it. And I normally kind of put it into one folder, labeling that folder the name of the video, and then having subfolders for each, you know, kind of different aspect of the video. You know, so like with my football video, we had like Adam and Luke up against each other, so edit all the stuff with them, had Adam and Luke. Same with like Chris and Ben, I had them labelled, and it just saves a lot of time. Now, having a solid plan and also being able to have a plan when you're editing just saves so much amount of time, because, you know, as an editor, you are your own boss. You know, you make the rules, you bend the rules, you know, you are your own boss. So like, you set your own deadline. You know, you don't have a boss or someone that tells you to kind of meet whatever piece of work that you're working on at this deadline. You create the deadline. And I'm pretty sure 99.9% of YouTubers, when they say that they're going to try and work to a deadline, actually never are able to meet that deadline, basically. And I'm certainly have had moments where I said I'm going to get this video done at this deadline and just don't. But having a kind of a solid plan of what you are going to do is just absolutely vital. So this is where run-throughs kind of come into their own, and run-throughs are basically the sum of my stars, because then I have a piece of paper and I write down all of the corrective and creative edits that I'm going to do, you know, in chronological order, so I won't basically forget those edits. My brain then registers that I want to do these edits at a later stage, and it also just means that I can tick off those edits as I go down the line, because it's very easy in editing to just get kind of sucked up and go into a frenzy because you have so many different bits to edit. So just having a solid plan of what you want to do, basically for anything in life, is just absolutely vital. But certainly with your editing, kind of doing a run through and kind of knowing exactly what you were going to do just saves them like loads amount of time, because, you know, you don't want to be sitting there thinking, am I going to edit this, am I going to edit that? You know, having a plan of actually what you're going to do just is absolutely vital. Now, this next one is something that I'm very, very guilty of, and it is the fact of being ill-disciplined and over-editing, you know, and this step is basically to be disciplined and don't over-edit. Now, I'm the sort of person, and I'm always a big believer of the fact that you can never edit too much. You can under-edit, but you can never over-edit. However, the difference with this is that you have to edit for a reason. Like, never edit just because it's the sake of editing. Never edit because it's just sake of editing. Really. Don't know why I've just repeated myself, but there you go. But yeah, like editing, I always feel like edit because you have to edit. Like there's a reason. Like, and because there's a strategy moment where you are like told, or that the video's up to a great standard, there's always something that you can tweak. There's always something that you can add to it. But I always edit because there's a reason why I want to edit. So if it's to tidy up the video, if there's a mistake in it, or to kind of add a bit of my own personality onto the video, there's always a reason. And like, you should never ever luxuriate in editing. Don't edit just for the sake of it. Like, edit because there's a reason to, and the fact that you want to get your video up to a good standard. And also, I always try to get my videos up to a good standard. I believe that I do. So it's always about trying to match that, but don't like luxuriate in editing, and be disciplined. Like, if you are happy with it and you think you've done enough edits, then say that to yourself. Don't believe, oh, I've done that in a quicker time, so I have to stop editing. So being disciplined and don't luxuriate yourself in editing just is absolutely vital, and something that I'm certainly trying to work on for myself, doing YouTube basically at this particular moment. Now this step is kind of me contradicting myself to my earlier point, and that is to be patient and allow mistakes to occur. Editing is a job that doesn't have, as I said earlier, a strategy time process. It all depends on so many factors, so it's kind of, you have to be patient in what you're doing and know that things are going to go wrong from time to time. You will never have a perfect editing session, like, whatsoever. Like, you will never ever get that. There will always be something, whether a clip has cut at the wrong moment, or a bit of music isn't in time, or a bit of text has not appeared when you want it to. There is always something that potentially can go wrong, and it's all about, don't let that put you off. Don't let that lose your confidence. Admit that there is going to be mistakes in it, and they can in editing. Editing is getting rid of those mistakes and removing them in order to upload your video now. And when editing does go wrong and things just don't go according to plan, I always have a melody of letting out stress and relaxing, and this is my secret to success. And finally, my final step is to be happy and confident with the finished thing. Now, editing is tough, and when it is complete and you're about to render it and stick it on YouTube, always ask yourself two questions, and I always ask myself two very important questions. Firstly, is the video up to the standard that I deem acceptable? And then the second question is, would I enjoy watching this as a viewer? And if those questions come back as the answer of being correct, then great, I can render up the video and stick it up on YouTube. If the answer is no, then I have to ask myself why, and go back to turn those kind of no's into yeses basically. And there's always something, there's always a tiny thing that you could change, something that you are not happy with. But that is kind of the art of editing. It's about making creative choices, and it's about turning raw footage into something that is worthy and good enough to actually go up onto YouTube. And then obviously once all of those steps happen and you get the feedback, the process repeats itself. So it's all about following those steps when editing, rendering out your videos, sticking it up on YouTube and getting the feedback. And literally those are my 5 things to consider when editing YouTube videos. So that's going to be the end of the video. As I said, editing is tough, but when you kind of have a successful video and you finish it, it's all worth it. Now, next week's video is going to be very special, so stay tuned. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Very short video today. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Follow me on Twitter at DJ Bagpuss 1998. Check out season 1 of the DJ Bagpuss Show. That is my podcast series. It's out on my channel in all its entirety. And for now, I shall speak to you later. This is DJ Bagpuss signing out, and I shall say bye bye and take care.